Peggy 18.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. This is Lee Ross, Associate Project Director for Zombies in Spaceland. We're going to show off some new stuff to you guys today. We've got some secrets still hiding in the closet that we want to share with you guys. To my left, I have Travis Ramon and Adrian Sandoval. They're going to help us take a tour through Zombies in Spaceland today. We want to show you guys a little bit of some hands-on gameplay, but we also want to show you guys something really cool that we've talked about in the past, but we actually we haven't shown it yet. And that's the intro cinematic for Zombies in Spaceland. This is really special to us because this is going to kick off sort of the storytelling for this whole event. Of course, we know you guys love Easter eggs, so pay very close attention to the cinematic. There's always something hidden in everything that we do for Zombies. So without further ado, we want to take you into Zombies in Spaceland. So Adrian, go ahead and button us through. Yep. We'll take a tour through our theater here as we jump into Zombies in Spaceland.
Willard Wyler, master of the macabre. For over 40 years, I directed the most terrifying, visceral, and bloody scenes ever committed to film. My contribution to horror is nothing short of genius. Before my retirement, people demanded to know my secret. How did I make it all look so real? If you really want to know how the sausage is made in a Willard Wyler picture, the recipe is simple. First, you add actors. Then, you start grinding.
Hello? Hey, anybody here?
This is the place, right? I feel like we're being set up for some punk-ass reality show.
This is a Willard Wyler production. One time he held an audition on an abandoned steamship and then sunk it just for effect.
Wait, you mean with the actors on it?
Yeah, I was just getting in the character.
Willard Wyler?
You're late. Welcome. You've all been chosen to play a unique role in my return to the big screen, my killer comeback. But I'll warn you now, my methods tend to be a little extreme.
Is he kidding?
I expect my actors to give it their all, their blood, their bodies, everything to the performance. Thus, it is imperative we set the mood to ensure each of you fully commits to your character. What you're about to become a part of is a culmination of my life's work, the crowning achievement of my career. The first scene is set in the 1980s. I call it Zombies in Spaceland. Hang on to your seats.
He is so not kidding.
Forget what I said!
I say, get me the hell out of here!
Hey, what's with the Letterman jacket?
And the bling!
It appears our wardrobes reflect the parts we're auditioning for. And clearly, I'm the nerd.
Ugh, you've got to be kidding me.
He shoots! He scores!
Yeah, gag me.
Totally epic!
Woo! Now that's how we drop the mic. Yay!
All right, so that's our first look at the Zombies in Spaceland cinematic. We put a lot of time and effort into coming up with the storyline and also this really awesome cast of characters. you know, we have these 4 really unique characters that we've put into this very, very interesting scenario. And I think what's most exciting is kind of seeing how they have to come together and try to figure out how to survive together. So just to kind of talk about some of those characters a little bit, you know, when we were first trying to figure out, Travis, like what the 1980s was really going to be about as far as what the character archetypes were about, what was the one for you that kind of stood out the most? I mean, obviously we have these 4, but from these 4, was there one that really like stood out to you the most?
Had to be the Valley Girl. It's
The
the
Valley-
funniest one. It's the craziest one to hear. So good. Everyone wants to be the Valley Girl. And also the nerd. There's my favorite.
Yeah, they. I think what's really cool is all the little bits of dialogue that they have that kind of separates
yes.
their characters out quite a bit. And even you know, something that we wanted to do that was different than has been done in past Call of Duty Zombies attempts is we wanted them to really feel different when you play as them. So even their melee attacks are different, right? So what, like as an example, what does the Valley Girl do? That's so cool.
She has to gag the zombies with a spoon. Yeah.
So of course, and that's one of those awesome, you know, bits of terminology that come out of the 1980s. You know, gag me with the spoon. But then we also have that nerd who, you know, typically the nerd is not that really strong character, you know. So he's got this really wimpy slap, right?
Yeah.
And it looks really funny to kind of see his limp wrist kind of go across the zombies' faces as he tries to take them down.
Yeah.
But then we have this badass, you know, the jock and the rappers. You know, they're a little bit tougher. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, so the rapper, he's a little bit more cheeky, you know, and whenever he melees somebody, he has to use his left fist, so he punches zombies out. Then we got the jock, who's this big muscly dude who actually smacks zombies over the head with a glass bottle, and you actually get to see that break. So it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. So that punch that rapper's throwing out, he's got those brass knuckles on, obviously, which is pretty deadly. I'm going to peek in at our stream here. It looks like we have some people shouting out to us, which is super cool. If I see any questions come through, I'll certainly take a look and maybe answer some of the questions on some of the things that you guys are seeing in the Zombies in Spaceland feed today. So actually, just really quickly, one of the things that we saw that's new is our ATM system, and Adrian was actually just in front of it a moment ago. It's one of those things that we talked about before, where we're allowing players to use their money more efficiently. You know, there's a really terrible feeling. You know, you've banked $10,000 cash, and you've got this amazing arsenal of weapons and perks, and then you go down and you've lost dough, you lost all your weapons. But we have this ATM system that you can walk up to, right? And you can deposit your cash. And so if you were sitting around on that 10 grand, you could deposit that 10 grand. And if you went down, you could come back and pick it up later. You could deposit it so that one of your friends could go and take some of that cash as well. So that's a really, really beneficial system that we have
super
going on.
helpful so far. Everybody always uses that whenever your teammates are down, you're the last one alive. You know, you want to dump some cash in because you know if your teammates come back up or if someone enters into the afterlife, you're going to get a huge amount of cash taken away from you. So save that cash, put it in the ATM.
Oh, I love that you mentioned the afterlife. Now, while we have everybody luckily in the living here, one of the things that we've designed for Zombies in Spaceland is the ability to sort of have a little bit of engagement after you've gone down, after you've sort of fallen by the wayside and died out of the experience. So typically, you know, you go into this bleed out, which puts you into spectate mode and allows you to, you know, watch the rest of your team take on the undead. But our take on this Afterlife Arcade really is something unique in that we want to keep these players engaged all the time. Yeah. So, you know, some of the things that you can do while you're in the Afterlife Arcade, once you've landed there, I mean, you can play basketball, right? There's a basketball game that you can interact with.
All
you
the
know,
arcade games.
You walk up to the arcade game, you grab your basketball, you shoot some hoops, and you can actually earn soul power, right? And soul power is the thing that brings you back to life. Now, this is sort of strategic too, right? Because not only can you use that soul power for bringing yourself back, but you can do it at a specific time. Now, there's always that case that you're hoping that, you know, the rest of your team, they can survive the wave, they can bring you back, right? So if you survive that scene, you're back in. But what happens when your team, Travis, they're starting to go down, they're calling out for help, and you've got that soul token, now you can come back to life, and you can kind of be that person at the 11th hour to sort of, you know, save the day. So there's a little bit of strategy.
Since you only have 3 tokens, you don't want to use them just because you have them. You know, you want to kind of hang on to them potentially just in case. If your teammates can get you out of there by ending the wave or whatever, then that's when you want to avoid using that token. Because remember, you only get 3. Nice. Love those. Just got a nuke.
Yeah, that nuke really wipes everybody out, and I love that we've added these little bits of effects. You know, we have sort of the the wave that comes in that you can kind of see it clear the area, the burning ember effects that are left behind. It's just a really cool moment to kind of see happen.
So this is a journey into space.
Yeah, now they haven't turned on the power in this spaceship, but you can actually see just walking in here that there's a lot of stuff in this scene that they can actually interact with. Stuff that can really turn the tide for them. Now, we had talked in the past about some of the traps that we've had in this map, and really the crux of it is that we've turned park attractions into these things that do terrible but wonderful things to the undead. So while we were in Journey to Space, we got to actually take a glimpse at one of the traps that are in there, although it doesn't have the power activated yet. It is one of those traps that actually can take out a really large volume of traps, of zombies, sorry. Now, really cool, something that's happening on Adrian's screen right now. He's being told that he has a Fate and Fortune card. Now, these Fate and Fortune cards, which you see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, like the Mana Up and the Eagle Eye, you know, he can trigger these at any time. And now, you earn these by doing various actions within the game, right? So tell us, how do I earn a Fate and Fortune card, and then how do I go about using it, Travis?
So you earn them by basically killing zombies, repairing windows, basically just earning cash and points, right? And the way you use them is once you actually have the meter filled, you press up or down on the D-pad and cycle through the cards that you want to use, and you press right bumper, left bumper, basically you just activate it like a super, and there you go, you get your card. And you can see the icon on the top right is slowly but surely trickling down. That shows you how much time you have to actually gain those effects.
That's right. Now, I saw a question come in here. I'm sorry that I missed your name. I wish I could have given you a shout out. But I saw a question that was asked, is there a Pack-a-Punch in this map? Man, guys, we didn't let you down. There is a Pack-a-Punch in this map. However, there is no way we're telling you where it is. You're going to have to find it. We've left you plenty of clues all over the map. I can tell you that sometimes the best things are hidden right in plain sight. So trust me, there is a Pack-a-Punch. It is going to really, really rock your weapons and give you some really awesome abilities that some of your guns didn't have beforehand. So definitely keep an eye out for that Pack-a-Punch. And speaking of Easter eggs, you know, guys, we have tons and tons of Easter eggs within this map. There is going to be a lot of stuff that you can do. Chances are, while we've been streaming this today, there's been bits and pieces that we've kind of shown off to say, hey, here's the first part to an Easter egg. So pay close attention to the stream. There's definitely things in and around all of Spaceland that are pointing out. You know, we've got quite a bit hiding under the hood. Now, these guys, they're in this special wave right now. You notice we've dimmed the lights around Spaceland a little bit. The fog has kicked in a little bit, and we have these really nasty, terrible clowns. Now, when I was growing up, I didn't have a problem with clowns, but I remember having friends that were terrified of clowns. There was this really horrifying movie that came out, Stephen King's It, this like made-for-TV thing, and everyone was afraid of clowns after that. So, of course, we had to go back to the 80s and bring back terrifying clowns because Stephen King's It really did this awful thing to people about clowns. And also, there's this really weird thing that's happening that people are dressing up as clowns for some reason right now, and I don't understand why. Clearly, we need Batman to come out and stop all these clowns, but people dressing up as clowns. So our clowns are obviously much more dangerous than the people dressing up as clowns. They blow up into balls of fire and confetti, which is pretty funny and hysterical. But they sprint at you, right? There's these things are not slow paced. They're coming at you all the time. And the really, really dangerous thing is once they get to you and they blow up, they can actually cause the other zombies that are around them to start having sort of that explosion effect as well. So Adrian is kicking off one of our traps here. And this is our fireworks trap. This is one of those things that by collecting the souvenir tokens within the map, by killing zombies, putting them in the souvenir stations, you can craft these on the fly and then plant them and place them wherever you want. So this is giving you the ability to create and craft traps and place them anywhere you want in the map. And some of these traps actually can do some really, really powerful damage. I mean, set in the right location with the right volume of zombies, you can really take out a really large volume of them, which is fantastic to watch happen. And of course, we wanted to have fun. So if you look up at the fireworks while they're exploding, we have explosions that have cool designs in them, like skulls and happy faces, because we wanted to hide stuff like that. So there's always little things like that that we have hiding around in there. And it looks like we're at scene 7, so the guys are making good progress. You know, it's right around this time. In our reveal trailer, we had this really nasty zombie called the Brute. He's our park's mascot, and he comes out pretty much to lay waste to every human being he sees. Yeah. It's right around this time. I think the Brute's probably going to be making his way into the park. The Brute hasn't been seen very much, but I will tell you, when he does see these guys, I think they're either going to run or look for new weaponry, because the gun that Adrian's rocking right now, probably not very Brute friendly, not at all.
I got this.
Now, of course, instead of looking for a weapon, Adrian's shooting hoops. You know, nothing like being in a theme park with the undead.
It's a legitimate strategy.
It's a good strategy. But, you know, it's actually pretty smart, because while you're playing these games, you're actually being awarded tickets. So Adrian was just awarded 60 tickets there. Now, these tickets, the cool thing about it is, Adrian, if you wouldn't mind, can you take us over to the prize booth?
Yeah.
Let's take a peek in there, because there's actually, I want to give him a little sneak peek at something cool in there, right? There might be weaponry laying around here. There might be, I don't know, something that's worth it in those prize booths. So by earning tickets and by hitting up the prize booth, you can get some really cool stuff that can help you survive a little bit longer. Now, particularly in the arcade, there's some really cool stuff in there that you can buy with tickets. So by all means, take zombies out with traps, and come back into the arcade and earn some of these tickets, because it definitely get you some cool stuff.
Yeah, there's tons of places to spend your tickets. You know, you have the arcade, which has some of the most powerful and fun stuff to use, get the awesome visuals, but there's also these ticket booths all around the map, basically, and you just use your tickets and you can buy any kind of crazy equipment, from a rewind to an Armageddon. Oh man, that one's the fun one. That's my favorite one, Armageddon. It's basically like a nuke. It just destroys all zombies around you. It's super powerful, so fun. It's a great strategy when you have the group chasing you, though.
So there's Adrian's cards popping up again, and as you can see, he can flip through that list and choose any one of his cards. Now, he can actually have multiple cards active at once, which is actually pretty awesome too, right?
Yeah.
So you can have one that, you know, maybe it does a certain amount of damage with bullets fired. You can always have that card triggered, and it's just kind of laying in wait until you're actively using it. So there's some really nice power-ups here. Now, Adrian was close. I think he was close to the afterlife there.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be able to make it.
Let's go through step one.
So let's take a look at Trailblazers. You know, people have been asking. I've seen it on the feed. Show us the new perks. Show us the new perks. All right, here you go. Trailblazers. Trailblazers, what you're going to do is, obviously, you're going to ingest this delicious Trailblazers candy, but it's going to leave streaks of fire on the ground. And by doing so, you can close off paths, and you can actually create some really tight areas that the zombies have to get through where they can't prevent taking damage. So it's almost like having a fire trap on the go with you everywhere you go. It never expires unless you go down. Now, if you bleed out, you're going to lose that perk. But unfortunately, you know, we know Adrian's better than that. It's not going to happen today, right? So magic wheels.
Uh-oh.
We love spinning the wheel, right? We love getting random weaponry. Let's see what he gets.
You know why nothing works? There's no power.
Now, if you happen to uncover some weaponry that may not be in the magic wheel right now, Travis, does it ever end up in the magic wheel?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, there's tons of equipment. Basically, once you find some special weapons, they do end up in the magic wheel. Purchase them or obtain them. I think Adrian's looking for the axe here.
Nixaru, I hope I pronounced your name right. Is there a perk limit? There is. I see a few people ask about perk limit. Waffles is here. Perk limit? Yeah, we have a perk limit. That perk limit is 5. You can have 5 perks live with you running around at any time. However, we're sneaky. We're real sneaky. Is there a way to have more than 5 perks? There's gotta be a way to have more than 5 perks, isn't there?
Yeah, there definitely is. It is.
I can't remember how you do it, guys, but you guys are smart out there. I know you guys are gonna figure this out.
It'll take some time.
But there's definitely. So this is one of the things I love most about Zombies in Spaceland. This theme park is fully interactive. We have a roller coaster, and I know we made fun of Jay. We have bumper cars. We got bumper cars. We got bumper cars. But for real, the roller coaster is awesome, because the roller coaster is taking you around this course, and while it's doing that, it's not just being on a roller coaster. You're getting attacked by zombies. This is Spaceland. We're not just going to take you for a fun ride. We want to throw threats at you. But all these targets that are popping up, these are actually hard to hit. This is not an easy thing to do. So while you're going through, if you're playing with a buddy, if you notice, on the card, there's a score. There's a 6 and a 5. The person on the left, person on the right, they have their own score. So if Travis and I were competing right now, Travis knows, he kicks my butt at this all the time. But, you know, we compete at this, and we're trying to get the more points. Why? Because we get tickets for doing good. And what did we say earlier? Those tickets net you good stuff. And if you want good stuff, you gotta have the tickets, guys.
The roller coaster gives you a great
So
amount of tickets.
keep your eye on the prize when you're on the coaster. Aim for all the targets. Try not to get taken down. Those exploding zombies they're terrible, man. Those clowns take you down pretty fast. So try not to get hit by them. And go for as many targets as you possibly can. you know, like I said, we love to hide stuff, so I'd spend some time, you know, taking some tours on this roller coaster. It's one of the more interesting places in the park to check out.
Definitely do it with the teammates. Very difficult solo, but you know, I know there's good players out there who are definitely going to do this very easily in solo and knock out as many targets as they can.
And he's smacking his teammates. Good job.
High fives.
All right, high fives all around. So we got 80 tickets. I mean, that's a pretty good score considering we have things in the park that you can net for 50 or 60. There's some good stuff. So we have that scoreboard. So you get to come off there and say, hey, this guy right here, this guy.
Come on.
So, you know, of course, you know, there's lots to do. You know, players are going to play the map repeatedly. We hope that you guys come in and play it a gazillion times or more. But we have a ranking system. You know, we have this system, a progression system where we want you to get better as you play the game. So the more that you play, you're going to unlock newer levels. You'll be able to progress, hopefully further and further into those waves, and you have more and more goodies that become accessible to you. You know, we want that grind to be fun, and you know, for us, we play this thing. Forget it. I mean, I can't even tell you how many hours I've logged in Zombies in Spaceland, and I'm going to log even more because I want to play with all the community out there. But there's a lot to do in here, guys. I mean, there's tons and tons, and we're really, honestly, we're scratching the surface. There's areas in the park that we haven't even gotten to yet. We should probably start. Let's start spreading around. Let's get a little further into this place,
this
Adrian.
Is Triton right now. It's a snow theme map. Snow theme section of the map. Here we go.
So Travis sort of mentioned that this is the snow theme section of the map. You know, it's important for us to kind of make it feel like when you go into each location of this space, we wanted players to feel like they were in a theme park. And if any of you out there have been to places like Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm or Disney World, when you walk into those areas, you know, they have a very distinct feel when you get into each section. And we wanted you to feel that in Zombies in Spaceland. So as you're traversing through this area, you know, when you get into the Triton area and you start seeing all that ice, we want that theme to really shine through. And we want you to also feel like, I'm not in Kansas anymore. I'm in a completely different place. I want the feel of that area to be different. You want the gameplay in that space to feel different. So in Triton, we have the ability for you to be on an upper level, zombies to be on a lower level. So we sort of have that gameplay that keeps zombies at bay.
Yeah.
But then we have some of these tighter areas, you know, like when you're coming down that slide, that we funnel you in like in Cosmic Way here, where it opens up a little bit, but then we go into tight funnels. And then you go into this new area, which is our Kepler area. You know, this is sort of our alien-themed area. And so when you're in this space, oh, it's trouble.
He spawned on me.
So when you're in this space, all of a sudden the corridors get much tighter, and you're also dealing with more, you know, you're dealing with less available items. You know, the traps are fewer and further between in this space as well. And we got Brute. Brute is on the scene. He has come to join the party. Brute loves long, slow walks in the park at night. He loves candy and flowers, so please hang out with Brute all the time. He's a good guy. He might chew your head off, but, you know, we'll get over that part. So as you can see, guys, I mean, there is a ton to see. There is a ton to do. Is there anything we didn't touch on today that we definitely got to let people know about? I feel like I want to give him one more little thing. What's that one little thing? We got to give him a little bit more.
That's your discretion. I'll let you do
man.
Oh, there we go. Got the
Do we do it,
chromosphere.
guys?
There's that police officer. This little chunky dude with a little bit of extra health.
Do we have the power on in this area?
Yes, we do. Looks like we do.
All right.
Croc chomp. Did you guys already take out the Brute? I think so.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the Brute quick. The Brute, guys, I'll give you a hint. The Brute will travel through the waves with you. So if you complete scene 11 and you haven't killed the Brute, guess who's going to be waiting for you in scene 12? The Brute. And guess what? If another Brute spawns, you'll just have two Brutes. And then another Brute, and another Brute. So, yeah, you want to take the Brutes down fast, guys. Otherwise, you will end up with lots of Brutes. And lots of Brutes in the park is probably not a happy Spaceland. Not a happy Spaceland at all. Adrian, would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Would you die for me, please? You guys, we're going to give you one last treat. We're going to take you guys to the Afterlife Arcade.
Uh-oh, who else is down?
So we're going to give you a sneak peek at the Afterlife Arcade. Now, this is that place that we talked about, that this hasn't been seen in Zombies. And this is something that we feel really changes. Can you guys let him bleed out, please? This is something that we really feel changes the experience. The really awesome part about this is that in the Afterlife Arcade, not only are you still engaged, but you can jump back into spectate at any time. So if you choose to say, hey, you know what, I want to spectate, I want to I want to see what the other guys are doing, you actually can do that. So it's actually pretty cool. Let's see if the other guys let him die. These guys are too good of teammates here. They won't let his man play down.
There you go. I think he gets it.
I think he got
No, he did.
No, he's still
she
trying.
didn't get it.
She's trying.
There you go. Oh.
And look at that
Where'd he go?
weaponry.
What are those?
Give it one more shot.
I would make blonde jokes, but I would be mean. That Valley girl. Gosh. She just wouldn't.
Use your hats off going on in the background. Love it.
That was rather boring.
Clown
All
blade.
right, I think we might make it. We've got 20 seconds, guys.
It's gonna be short.
And we'll end the stream in 14 seconds, right before. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. So interesting about the Afterlife Arcade is you'll always be able to return to the Afterlife Arcade when you bleed out. It's a location where you can remain engaged with the game, whether that's playing something within the Afterlife Arcade, or if that's just hanging out and watching the spectate. So you can actually do that. So a lot of the games that you saw located in and around the Spaceland Arcade are actually located within our Afterlife Arcade, except there's no fee, because who are you going to pay? Everybody's dead, right? So you can actually come in here, you can play the shooting gallery, you can fill up that meter that's at the bottom of Adrian's screen there where it says soul power. So after you complete a game, it tallies up just like we do with your tickets, all the points that you've earned, and then of course we give away that soul power, which is awesome.
I got it. Nice one. That's a tricky one.
Nice little Easter egg here is actually every one of the characters that are featured in the shooting gallery is someone who is featured on the team. It's one of the people who helped make Zombies in Spaceland. In fact, that last guy we just saw was James Chen, one of our designers.
Yeah. Chenfield.
And Zombie Zoom. So again, this is the Afterlife Arcade, and so you know we'll give Adrian the chance to kind of get out of here. We have Alex Jacobson and Adrian as those zombies up there, which is actually cool. Some of our QA
I
team.
didn't make it.
Okay, I've got a new plan.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so Adrian's back. So last thing, you guys see the L and the F. The L and the F is the lost and found. This is how you get your weaponry back. It sucks to play in zombies and lose your weapons and then have to get cash to get all those weapons back. If you have enough cash, you can go back and get it. So when we talked about that ATM earlier, if Adrian had banked his cash, he could actually go to the ATM right now, get his cash, and recover his guns.
Adrian,
Think of that.
Adrian,
Think of that.
Adrian. Oops. There you go. Oh, you're gonna get that in no time now. Gotta go fast.
All right, let me see really fast if I can grab a couple of questions off your stream. Mayor McBlunt, your guns shoot water? Yes, they do. They do. That is a water gun. It's like those classy games that you see at the carnival when you shoot the little target with your stream of water and it causes something to move or go fast. The Mr. Snooky HD. Is this supposed to be hard? Bruh, you ain't seen nothing yet. We have the kitchen sink is still waiting to fall on all these guys' heads, I promise you. We also have the guys outfitted with some really nice Fate and Fortune cards, which you're going to have to earn and unlock those guys. They're not all just going to come for free at the beginning. How many Easter eggs you got for us from Noah J456? Noah J456? You really want me to tell you that, man? Come on.
I saw.
I'll tell you this.
Where's Hasselhoff?
I got a lot. We got a lot. Where's Hoff? Hoff is in here. Hoff is in here. You might have seen graffiti that says "Talk to the DJ." Don't forget. Read the graffiti all over the park. It's there for a reason. It gives you lots of great hints. Let's see. Daredevil 1003. Can we pay together for a door? Yes, you can. I love that question. We have the team door buy system, and you can pay together. So if the three of us are playing, and you are in our game, oh, look, it's the Hoff. So, yes, you can. So Travis can put in a small amount. I can put in a small amount. You can, and boom. We all don't have to commit to that. All right, so we're going to wrap up, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the stream.
Thanks, guys.
The game is here this week. I cannot believe it. We have poured our hearts and souls into this. We hope you guys love your tour back to the 80s in Zombies in Spaceland. We had a great time sitting down and chatting with you guys today and giving you a nice little behind-the-scenes look. And I'm glad you guys got to see this high-quality look at our intro cinematic. I know some of you guys out there can't wait and just had to see it ahead of time, and I can't even blame you for that. We love the passion. We love the passion from you guys. So thank you for joining us on this very festive Halloween 2016. From Lee Ross and everybody here at IW, all the Zombies team, we give you a big shout out here from IW. Thank you for joining us, guys. We'll see you on the other side.
See you later, guys.